Some things are inevitable in our world, like taxes, death, and military coups in Pakistan. Jokes aside, there is actual talk of a military takeover. The claim has come from Shahid Khaqan Abbasi. He is a former prime minister and senior leader of the ruling party. So he's a bigwig, not some political lightweight in Islamabad. And let me quote what Abbasi said. Pakistan has had many long periods of martial law in very similar situations. In fact, I would say Pakistan has never witnessed a more severe economic and political situation before. In much less severe circumstances, the military has taken over. That was a former prime minister. He might as well have laid a red carpet for the generals. I mean, it's an open invitation. The question is, what explains it? Shahid Abbasi is blaming institutional failure for this. Let me quote him again. Military takeovers have happened in many countries. When the political and constitutional system fails, extra constitutional measures take place. How about that for democracy? A former prime minister is openly defending military coups. Abbasi's statement is a reflection of the systemic rot in Pakistan. You will never hear such a statement in a real democracy. It tells you how far Pakistan has fallen. For now, let's focus on Abbasi's invitation/statement. How likely is a military coup in Islamabad? Abbasi is right about one thing. Pakistan's economic and political woes have peaked. Forex reserves are down to $4 billion. To put that figure in perspective, India has more than $586 billion. Pakistan has 4. Inflation is at 47%. Projected growth, 0.5%. And around 16% of all graduates are jobless. Politically, things are even worse. The government of Shehbaz Sharif is deeply unpopular. They are under constant pressure from Imran Khan and the PTI. And what's worse, October is election time, so the army has 2 options. One is to rig the elections to keep Imran Khan out, but it may work, may not work, but a backlash could spiral out of control. The second is to stay out and risk an Imran victory, which is unlikely. Looking at the army's history, there is a third option, of course, the nuclear option. Scrap the elections and take power themselves. It is by no means unprecedented. Pakistan has spent half of its lifetime under military rule. There have been 3 successful coups in 75 years. So another one is not impossible. Far from it. Having said that, 2023 is not 1958 or 1977 or 1999, which is when the coups happened. The times have changed. For starters, there is a new army chief in Rawalpindi, General Asim Munir. He took charge in November last year, November 2022. Will he be confident enough to unseat the civilian government so early in his term? Does he have the unquestionable loyalty of his men? That's gamble number 1. Gamble number 2 is the domestic reaction. In the past, Pakistan's elite had supported military takeovers. I'm talking about businessmen and even journalists. Will they do it again? Like I said, it's a gamble. Number 3 is the foreign reaction. You see, the dictatorships in 1977 and 1999 enjoyed American support, and both times the reason was the same, Afghanistan. But this time around, the Americans may not play ball. They have no stake in Afghanistan anymore. Plus, they have a strategic partnership with Pakistan's chief rival, that is India. It wasn't the case in the last century. These factors will influence the decision of the generals in Pakistan. A successful coup may resolve the political bickering. It may also provide some policy direction, but a failed coup would be a deadly blow to the Pakistani army. It may destroy their aura of invincibility in Pakistani politics. The bottom line is this: while it's possible for the army to take power, it's not probable. If General Munir decides to go maverick, then all bets are off, of course. But as things stand, it looks unlikely. India, too, will be watching the events in Islamabad closely. A military coup in a nuclear-armed rogue neighbor is never good news. The only option is to prepare for the worst.